Hi, everyone. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you up there, Marlene and Janet, and anyone else who's going to be hopping on in the next little bit. Don't forget to say hello to claim your place in our special connectivity space. That's okay, Marianne. I was a bit late today as well. Not to worry. So how's the day going for everybody? Hope everything is going well. Our theme today is self-discipline or inner discipline, which I was excited about, and it just came to me. It was actually last night that it came to me when I discovered this incredible quote that I will share with you shortly. But something that I often hear as a yoga teacher, as a nutritionist, that people are often, they know what to do, we know what to do, but often we're either lazy or we just don't feel like doing something, and it doesn't get done, and then we end up berating ourselves about it. So I wanted to first introduce the idea of self-discipline. We'll begin with our 6 soft belly breaths, but just let that percolate for a minute in your mind as we breathe and see what comes up for you. If you feel comfortable sharing, please share what comes up for you when you think of the idea of inner discipline. What images does that evoke? What emotions does that evoke? How does it make you feel? That sort of thing. So we'll go ahead and begin with our 6 soft belly breaths. So just closing your eyes, let's take a minute to settle into our connectivity space. Take a deep, refreshing breath, settling into your seat bones as you connect with the grounding energy of the earth below us. Noticing what that feels like through the seat bones. See if you can get a sense for that groundedness. Welcome, Catherine. Grounding into the seat bones. Let's get a sense for the connectedness to our wondrous Mother Earth. And from that place, growing taller through the crown of the head, feeling that length in the spine, allowing the lungs to expand. Crown of the head connected to source energy, strengthening our source connection, our connection with nature and the natural law, or the laws of nature. So as we connect to ourself and our body, our earth, and to each other, with each breath, think about stepping into the connectivity space, stepping closer toward one another, energetically into our circle. So soft belly breathing, remind you, is inhale into the navel, full expansion into the navel. Allow yourself to be tall to allow for that space for the lungs to breathe. On the inhalation, we expand at the top of the breath, and on the exhalation, we let go through the nose if possible. If you prefer through the mouth, is fine as well. And on the exhale, just let it go. Just let it take care of itself. So starting with an exhale, let's empty the lungs. Inhale through the navel, full expansion. Right at the top of the breath, expand. And on the exhale, letting go through the nose, soft, soft belly. Settling in, letting go. Again, inhale into the navel, full expansion at the top. Exhale, letting go. Stepping into our circle of connectivity. Again, inhale to the navel. Exhale, soften and let go. Inhale into the navel, full expansion. Exhale, soft belly. One more time. Inhale, expansion into the navel. And exhale, soft belly. Allowing yourself to get a sense for the connectivity. What does that feel like for you? Getting a sense for the others who are here with us now, for the others who will join us at a later time. Welcoming all into our space. Tuning into the natural flow of your breath as it rises and falls by itself. Just simply noticing the mind, noticing the emotions, noticing all that is arising for you right now in this moment. When you feel ready, opening your eyes. If you feel like sharing any thoughts or ideas about self-discipline, welcome, Carrie. Self-discipline, inner discipline, what comes to mind for you, if anything? Something you need to work on this year, yes. It's a big one. It's a very big one for many of us. I used to do food. That's a surprise, Carrie. I used to do and still offer a 10-day rejuvenation cleanse. And I just want to tell a quick story about that. Part of the cleanse was a vow that we would take at the beginning of the cleanse, vowing to follow the diet, the lifestyle changes, all of that went along with the program. And although most people who did, I probably led a few hundred people, maybe 300 people through this cleanse. Of all of the things that came out of this cleanse, the one thing I heard consistently from everyone was that they felt proud of themselves, and they were so amazed that they could do it, and that they set their strong intention to do it, and they made it through, and they felt so much better for having done this cleanse. And it's something to think about in terms of, what are you looking for at the end of whatever it is you're working on? So if you have a goal that you're working on, winter walks, nice. That's a good one, Marion. Exercise every day, yeah. It's one of those things where you set an intention, and then sometimes if you don't have anyone to be accountable to, you're just kind of like, oh, I got a bit of a headache, or I really got to do the laundry, I got to answer a bunch of emails, or whatever the case is, right? There's always some excuse. So it's about thinking about how you're going to feel at the end of that process. Here's the quote I wanted to share with you. Very powerful quote. And maybe you can guess who it is. Okay. I am learning to understand rather than immediately judge or to be judged. I cannot blindly follow the crowd and accept their approach. I will not allow myself to indulge in the usual manipulating game of role creation. Fortunately for me, my self-knowledge has transcended that, and I have come to understand that life is best to be lived and not to be conceptualized. I am happy because I am growing daily, And I'm honestly not knowing where that limit lies. To be certain, every day there can be a revelation or a new discovery. I treasure the memory of the past misfortunes. It has added more to my bank of fortitude. Wow. Who do you think said that? Freedom of self. Yes, Catherine. Love that one. Something to be disciplined about, right? Absolutely. No, but you're kind of close. Another awesome person. This is an older person back in history. Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee said that. Powerful words. And for anyone who may be interested, I will post that in the show notes. So if you want to come back to the show notes underneath the video, take a look. Work-life balance. Yes. It's so key. So where does our inner discipline arise from? Like, how do we get it? Where does it come from? Where does our motivation come from? If you think about things that you have to do on a daily basis, things that you're doing, for example, the dishes or the laundry or cleaning of any kind, looking after animals, looking after children, what drives you to do that? So we know that we do those things otherwise, or brushing your teeth, right? Washing your face, fixing your hair, whatever it is. What drives you to do those things? You get some sort of return on your investment, right? So when you think about it that way, when you think about that one thing that you're having a tough time with, how can you form that into a something like brushing your teeth? The idea of brushing your teeth, a task. How can you form that into the same idea and bring that into your path? Daily instant gratification for long-term pleasure. Beautiful. Yeah. And it's like drop by drop, the pot becomes full, right? This one of Buddha's quotes. Drop by drop, the pot becomes full. So small daily increments, whatever that is, we're building our muscle of inner discipline. So whatever it is that you're trying to work on. Does anyone have an example of something that you are working on that you would like to share? So one of the things is awareness. Just being simply aware helps us, drives us, our inner discipline, right? What else drives our inner discipline? Being aware of what's around us, being aware of what needs to be done, being aware of our cues of when we're about to opt out of that task. Eating right to lose weight. Yeah, that's a great one. So how can you bring that? How can we bring that into alignment with the same sort of idea of things that we do on a regular basis? Because we have such an emotional attachment, especially to food. Food is a big one, right, Carrie? Food is a big one for so many people. And that's one of the reasons I brought up the 10-day Rejuvenation Cleanse. Because when you really rise above those things that are so powerfully, they have such a powerful hold on us, when you bring those things into play, then, and you rise above them, it's incredible. You think, wow, what else can I do? Climb a mountain. Setting goals to learn to weave. I work at least 1 hour every day on new techniques. Yeah, see, that's so powerful. And that builds that muscle of inner discipline. It really, really does. And it's just starting small with what are you actually willing to do? What are you willing to do? So one thing that I do, a little tip, is every morning, most mornings, I shouldn't say every morning, most mornings, I take a piece of paper, I have a book, and I write down, what am I going to do today? Reasonable, like reasonably doable list. And usually it doesn't have more than 4 important things on it. 3, Ideally, no more than 4. So you got to make a phone call, you got to write an important email, you got to phone Bell Canada or Rogers or something like that to discuss a problem or an issue. There's all these little things that we always have, and these tasks pile up. And what ends up happening is we feel overwhelmed by all of these tasks, and then we end up doing nothing. So, writing a little list in the morning of those 3 or 4 things that you are willing to do and that you think you actually can accomplish. It's huge. It's been huge for me, very simple and huge. Another thing is habit stacking. If you have a certain thing that you do on a regular basis, say you want to get in shape. Let's say you want to build stronger legs or something like that. You can, when you're waiting for your blender to make your smoothie, you can do 20 squats. So that's habit stacking. So finding different things that you can do where you stack. So it saves you time and you're doing something kind of cool while you're waiting. Maybe you're waiting for a bus. You're working on your breathing, waiting for the bus. Acceptance of family, work, spouse, etc. seems to always be the initial wanted outcome. Yeah, so that's something that drives you, right? Drives you to do those things. Whereas when it's only for yourself, it becomes that much harder, right? So, how can you transfer that into the same drive but for yourself? So it becomes a little bit of a mind game. I do same small accomplishments for work and life each day. Yeah, so doing little things, little increments of things really is powerful and strengthens that muscle of discipline. Here's a good one. We need to be stronger than our strongest excuse, right? So when you see those excuses coming, when you feel them coming, oh, I don't feel well, oh, I'm tired, I didn't have a good sleep last night, whatever it is, stronger than that strongest excuse. You feel that excuse coming, you rise above it and you say, no, I'm going to stick with my word. I am not going to let myself down. Rise above it. Commitment. So committing to that, whatever it is, with strong determination. And I love that one. That's one of the paramis in Vipassana meditation is strong determination. And when you set that goal for yourself, I'm going to have strong determination today. Write it on your fridge, put it on your mirror. Today, I'm going to have strong determination, and I choose to make the effort. Start small, choose one goal, and the results you see will be reflected in the effort and diligence that you can muster. So maybe one day you are feeling not so great. You're still going to do a little bit. You're going to at least make an attempt, and then the next day do a little more. Okay, so let us tune in for a minute. Does anyone have anything else you wanted to share on inner discipline, or questions or comments before we go inward? Okay, so let's go in, sitting up nice and tall, and just letting that whole idea of everything that we just spoke about, just letting that float kind of up there to the side of your consciousness. And let's go into the body, tuning in, becoming aware of the crown energy center at the top of your head. Noticing what you feel or sense there. Breathing into that awareness. Moving down, becoming aware of the scalp, the forehead, the eyebrows, the temples. Noticing the face. Notice the eyes and the eyelids. the nose, the upper lip, the lower lip, the tongue, the cheeks, the chin, the whole head as one, becoming aware of the front of the neck, the back of the neck, the throat, the air passing through the throat, the upper chest, the upper back, the heart center, noticing the heart beating, noticing the spaciousness around the heart, taking a deep, soft belly breath into the heart, noticing the shoulders, the upper arms, the lower arms, the elbows, noticing the backs of the hands, the palms of the hands, the pinky fingers, the ring fingers, the middle fingers, the pointing index fingers, the thumbs, the whole hand on both sides. Moving your awareness to the trunk of the body as you notice the rib cage in the front, the rib cage in the back, the breath gently expanding the rib cage, noticing the abdomen, the lower back, the air gently expanding those areas, noticing the hips, the seat, the entire trunk of the body, the entire torso, the upper thighs, the back of the thighs, the knees, the kneecaps, the back of the knees, the shins, the calves, noticing the ankles, the Achilles, the back of the ankle, the tops of the feet, the bottoms of the feet, the baby toes, the second toes, third toe, fourth toes, big toes, the whole foot on both sides. Noticing the entire body as a whole being, a whole entity, noticing how you feel on the inside. Going back to a place that stood out for you in the body scan. Any place at all, don't question it. Wherever you feel drawn, go back there. Resting your attention there as you deepen the breath into that space. Now, as you rest your awareness in the body, visualizing in your mind's eye you, yourself, an image of yourself at your highest potential. Noticing yourself, who you are right now at your highest potential. Holding that image in your mind's eye, let's breathe into that awareness. One more big breath. And when you're ready, bringing palms together at heart center, taking a moment to share all of our wonderful and magical vibrations with someone special in your life. Sending metta, loving kindness to all living sentient beings, inviting them into our connectivity space. May all be free from suffering. And let us bow to the divine light that shines from each one of us, connecting us as one. Namaste. And bowing energetically to one another, to each other, and to each of you who are watching at any time in the future. Namaste to you. Thank you for joining today. Enjoy the rest of your day. What are you going to accomplish today? Beautiful. Thank you for joining, everyone. I really feel your energies so connected. Enjoy the rest, and we will see you back same place, same time tomorrow at noon. Thank you. Enjoy. Lots of love.